through my highlights of the year, stuff I've really enjoyed. It's been a weird old year, it's been ups and downs, but it's been a lot of fishing, so we've got a few highlights to talk about, and stuff I've really enjoyed. Looking back from the phone last night, some pictures, didn't realise how much enjoyable days I had actually on the bank. So I'm going to start off with January, February, and there's three things I want to talk about here. The first one is the Bradfords Silverfish League. Now, I was good mates with Andy Bennett, and he's been going up a few years before, and he said, do you want to come on it? So we went on it last year, me and Mike Gallimore, travelled up together, and we had some amazing times, to be fair. We learnt loads about silvers, catching eye, roach, different temperatures, different fish feed, and you have to change your approach to that, and there's a lot of good anglers there that are switched on, like Bennett, Lee Addy, all the people that go up there, they're just brilliant. So you've got to be really in tune of how to fish. So I think I ended up fifth in that league, so it's really enjoyable, learned a lot about fishing. Now, the first few rounds have been cancelled because of this tier system, so don't know what's going to go on with that, but hopefully we can get a few rounds in and get back fishing there again, because it's brilliant. Now, probably one of the lowest points of the year for me, the teams are 4 at Tunnel. Felt that we were just drawing okay, getting a few results. In the last round, we were 14 points clear of the All-Stars and going into the last match. Me and Christian drew on 6, he drew on 6, I drew on 13 canal, and I've had to watch them catch loads on extension. I've come last in the section. They won the league, beat us, overtook us in the last round, which is just heartbreaking when you're watching that. When you want to win so much, you just watch it. But well done to them. I've said it before in past things, they've done brilliantly to get the points they did in the last round. So they've done brilliant, but that was one of the lowest points for me. And the week after, we went for the Winter Champs. Now, this is a mixed emotion day, because I travelled down Mike Gallimore, but I come 5th in the festival, and he won. Made up for him, he deserves to win. He does a lot of fishing, puts a lot of time in, it's a brilliant result. On the way back in the van, we were having a right laugh, buzzing for him. He done it sensational, to be fair, for his jaws. I think he just picked Christian on the last day, so he done brilliantly there, just to beat him, just to win it as well. It's like that final moment where he's just done it to win it. So well done, mate, that's brilliant. I come 5th now. You see the picture of the caliber anglers I finished up with, you can see why I was made up with 5th in that Winter Champs. Now, there was a little lull then before the qualifiers were meant to start. I think we got two or three in, but in a few matches, normally what happens is when we Winter League finish, just come back here to Weston, get some matches and you get loads of bites, great fishing. I had a few matches where one match I caught £200 of barbel going over my net. That was fantastic days fishing, that was. I just caught loads of big barbel. Yes, I went over my net, I didn't have the £200 in the final weight, but in the overall I had the £200 of barbel, which was fantastic fishing from it was March time. Second one is I had a match on Weirpool, caught some big carp down the edge late, and now in the springtime when you catch these carp late, it's really enjoyable. You just come out of winter even fishing like single 5, single 6 for silvers, when you're hooking these like big 4 to 6 pound carp, so enjoyable. And then I think it was the last match before we actually got locked down, I caught £50 of silvers and some F1s, and it's just phenomenal fishing that on Jack's pool that was, so it was a great time here that. Now, just before lockdown I started this channel, and speaking to Joe Carras, he prompted me into doing it, and it's a bit dubious of whether it would go down well, and to be honest I'm glad I've done it now. I've been doing it since March or April say, so I've had 8 months, it's solid. I've had a lot of good feedback. Everyone said they're enjoying the videos. It's brilliant to see that. But it's nice to know you're putting something back in and everyone's enjoying it. It just makes it worthwhile. Now, with the lockdown, a few months, to be fair, looking back at it now, it was quite enjoyable. We just chilled out. Yeah, it's frustrating to get on the bank or go and see people in restaurants and stuff like that, but it's been a weird old year, so I've been a norm now. But when it come about that the matches weren't starting back, we used to go pleasure fishing. I was sitting in lockdown, I set myself a target, I wanted to make a PB card, which was 1812, which was some years ago, probably 16 years ago I caught that. So it's a long old time, I haven't caught it again. So I set myself the challenge of doing that. And I went to Commonwealth Fishery and caught Fathead, which it was called. See the picture now, £23, just a brilliant day that was, nice and hot. Caught him late on in the day, so it made it even more better. When I was netting him, I was shaking because he was so big. It was just brilliant fishing, that was. Then we went up to a nice meal with Gally again, catching some bream. Like, I couldn't believe how big they were. They're 6 to 8 pound, the odd 10 pounder, and catching them on a feeder early morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. You get there, catch them early, and it's just brilliant. Sit in the water, no one's around. It's fantastic. Now, when the matches started again, it was a bombardment of qualifiers. It was 2 a week, like bombardment. But the biggest one for me was when I qualified for fish on my birthday. Just something about it, travelling there. Never thought I had a good peg, but I never thought I was going to beat late 6. And then when I finally won, it's like, oh my god, it's a fantastic day's fishing as well. Now, there's been a few things. That was in June. So in July, something I haven't really done before, and nothing. I broke the fishery record here years ago, but I haven't got that now. It's gone miles. It's £300 now, but broke 2 fishery records. So it's really a nice little thing for me to have. It's like, if I'm thinking about it, I've never really caught broken. It's nice to have that element of people going there trying to beat your weight. Now the first one was at Monk Hall, and this was astonishing. One on the Hawk Pool and caught £416, shallow down the edge, carp F1s, bite the truck all day. It's ridiculous. Now that fishery is still ridiculous in the winter, but in the summer it's fantastic. You're going to get loads of bites, and sometimes you have £250 and don't even frame in a match. But I know it's not for everyone, but if that's for you, it's fantastic fishing. And the second one is quite local, around the northwest. Is Stamford Way Fishery. I had £126 there, that's 129 I think it was, but me and the fish are like quite small, loads of bites. And the nicest thing was, my fiance works for the NHS, and it was an NHS match. We put it back into the charity, so it meant quite a bit to me. The fishing for something they've had. I've seen the stress and the strain of the NHS that in the coronavirus thing. So it's nice to put some money back into that, give them what they deserve, and it was just something personal to my heart. Some people might not be bothered. They think, oh well, you've done that, but something personal to me. So that's why I brought it up in this little 2020 highlights video. Now it brings on to August, probably the biggest thing and best match in my life, but 2 sides of it. First 2.5 hours pumped with adrenaline, thinking, come on, let's keep going. Last 2 hours, haven't had a bite. That's fishing mania. I've talked about it in that video before. I felt very honest. People said I was very honest in it. It's just what happened in that match. I didn't expect anything different, or it's just what happened. I didn't lie with you guys. It was the shakes, the nerves, the build up to the draw, the prep, the day, the going home, driving home. You have like a little come down afterwards because you've got so much adrenaline going through you, but it's one of them things. It's a fantastic event, and to be fair, that's the main one I want to get in next year. It's got the cameras, it's got the thing, and Bennett won again. What an absolute angler he is. He's just phenomenal. As they call him, the double champ. So, and it was a few months. I think September was just a bit of willy-nilly, went here and there, had a bit of time off, had a few matches elsewhere. It was really nice fishing. But then it was the Wind Festival at Westwood Lakes, and I always look forward to this because when I go there, if you've never been, it's fantastic. This is the weekend I had. They arrive on the Friday, straight in the hot tub, beers, pizza, chill out, live draw in the morning. You haven't got to go far to your peg. 100 yards, say, from your log cabin, not far. Net's there, fish your match, straight back, beer and food, hot tub again, same again next day for 3 days straight. Now if you can't, that's ideal. Like, you don't want to be doing anything else. You don't want to mow, hit that. It's fantastic fishing. The facilities, you can go to the pub, you can go to the restaurant, you don't have to leave there. It's fantastic. There's a fishing shop, and to be fair, I can't wait for April. I just hope we can go ahead, but that's being dubious of next year. But looking forward to April with that again. Now, probably a low for this one is the Pole Masters. With it being in October this time of year, it was so different fishing. I've fished tunnel a lot before in that sort of time of year, so I knew what I was fishing for, I knew what I was up against, but I just felt the draws affected me this year and I couldn't get the section points I needed. Yeah, I could have had a bit of luck along the way, and I don't like blaming the pegs. I always look to little things in my fishing which I can improve and work on, but sometimes you've got to look back and think, well, I wasn't on the good enough peg. But in the end, you've got to learn from that. If that happens again next year, I'll be ready for it, not thinking, oh, I did rubbish last year. Ready for it, go again. It's just a mentality you've got to have. Just stay positive, keep going, and it will work in the end. You get your chance, and when you get your chance, because you're focused on that, you won't make a mistake. Now, we got locked down again, so it was a bit of pleasure fishing. We went piking, that was fantastic. I only had one little jackie, but there's something about sitting there and taking all the pressure off the match and sitting there in a bivvy with my mate Gally, cooking a little bit of bacon, making a brew, got a brew there, look up, and this big bung on the top of the water is going with a pike on the end. So ran out, struck into it, yeah, a little jack pike, but it's something I'll be looking to doing. We've got a little bit of time off in January, and I think it'll probably go on further with what's going on, but I'm going to get a little spinning rod and have a go look at that stuff. And I've upgraded all my camera stuff now, so it's going to get a little bit better, the videos, and we're going to maybe bring a bit that more side, a bit more fun side than just always like about how to make a bread rig, how to approach this venue, how to do this. It's going to be a bit more fun, a bit more fishing, and just appeal to the masses as well. Now the last thing I did, which I really enjoyed and a fantastic thing, is the all-in angling. Did an under pressure match at Munkall, I think it was 2 weeks ago, like 2 weeks Wednesday, yeah, 2 weeks today I think it was, yeah. With Rich, he was throwing it down all day, but we had a fantastic day. And if you want to see that video, head over to All In Angling, because it is fantastic. Like, the way it went for me, I couldn't describe it any better. Rich sent me a few links of the past videos, so I watched them, and they're fantastic as well. I'm not saying my video's brilliant, but you can, if you're into snake lake fishing, you can learn a lot from that. It was a brilliant day. Everything I did worked, but it was about managing my peg at certain times. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. It's a brilliant thing. That's the conclusion of my 2020. Now, one thing I have learned, and a lot of people have helped me over the years, I'm going to name them now because without them, I couldn't do this now, is the guys at Preston. Mate, a lot of it, Joe and Jake and Robbie and all them, they're just brilliant. They've helped me out loads. To be fair, if you said to me the time I was speaking to you in the camera like this now, I wouldn't have believed you. I said, no, don't want to be doing that. All my good mates who've helped me out, you know who you are. And all the people that have helped me out and spent a lot of time coming on coaching days, messaging me, speaking to me. I've met so many great people this year. And I know it's been a year where everyone's suffered and stuff like that, but for me, I felt like I learned a lot about myself this year, and I can move on to next year forward. I've had a lot of good group days here at Western. I'm going to get a few of them planned for next year when I just know what's going on. So we look out for them. Big things for this channel coming. Like I said, I've upgraded all my stuff, so I'm going to do a few more different things. So what I'm going to do is looking just to push this channel to make it the best I can be, and you guys can learn the most from it. So I want to thank you all as well for tuning in, all your comments, all your likes. It means a lot, and it means the world to know you're really enjoying the videos and helping me along the way make future better content, because it gives me the confidence. If you're enjoying it, then I'm enjoying it, giving it to you guys. So once again, thank you for everyone. Thank you everyone that helped me out. Hopefully we'll have 2021. It's a brilliant year. This thing will go away. We can get out fishing, get out seeing everyone, staying away, travelling. But for now, just stay safe, stay on the bank, keep catching them, and I'll see you soon. Cheers guys, thank you.